All right, welcome back. Final segment here of the Ram Report from Mini of Loveland, sister dealership of Coase BMW. Brian Roth back with you. Of course, time to talk some Colorado State men's basketball with head coach Larry Eustachy. Colorado State off to that 2-0 start after the victory against Chadron State last week. Coach, thanks for joining us. And, well, let's start with that Chadron State game. You knew the competition wouldn't be as good as you saw in the season opener, but you guys came out and dominated nonetheless.
Well, first of all, it's nice to be here, and if I hit my bonuses, I got the car right behind me that we're going to drive out on at the end of the year, so maybe we will. Yeah, you know, I don't think Chadron State was just, I don't think they were that bad. I thought we played really well, and I thought we kept playing. What we said, like on the radio after the game, was we're going to play 10 4-minute games, and we're going to win all 10, and we did. And we did it with a variety of guys that hadn't been able to play in the Montana game. So, you know, it's a work in progress, but we're excited.
Yeah, you talk about guys that got some good playing time, beneficial playing time. John Octius really played the entire game at point guard for you. Your thoughts on the junior college transfer?
Well, you know, he'd been practicing great, and then he really struggled against Montana, which, you know, he's only a sophomore, eligibility-wise, so that makes sense. He was nervous, and I really challenged him after the game and told him that how badly we needed him, and he really responded from that point on, and his practices showed up in the game.
And you look at your front line, you guys were just dominated. You had Hornung, Greg Smith, obviously Colton Iverson, another outstanding game, and then, you know, Jerson Santo off the bench. You look at their combined points and rebounds, those were impressive numbers.
Yeah, I mean, again, if we were in Chadron State's league, we'd be, you know, we wouldn't have to have a TV show. We'd just call it in. But unfortunately, we're not.
Yeah.
But I would say this, like I've said, just as I figure it out now, and it'll change. But I think our team could beat anybody, and I think they could lose to anybody. I think there's and that's pretty much true for a lot of teams, unless you get into the Kentuckys and the Kansases and North Carolinas. So we have the ability to do that, the players you just mentioned, and it is all about players. So it's exciting times. Our non-conference schedule is off the chart. This is what these teams are doing. So, yeah, we have a lot of depth on the front line. We're a little thin on the guard line. We'll have Dorian back for the Denver game, which, you know, without him, our team is really different. So we're anxious to. He's practiced recently, and he's doing fine.
Yeah, again, Colorado State wins 93-50 over Chadron State, and really did it, you know, again, did it without Dorian Green and did it without offense production from Wes Eichmeyer, who only had the 2 points of the game. But you know Wes is going to get going, right? I mean, he's a guy that, of course, carried them offensively last year.
Well, I think I told him after the game or the next morning that he's playing better than he's ever played here. I mean, he would relate to Doug McDermott at Creighton because Doug's dad coached him at Iowa State before he transferred here. And Doug McDermott, who's supposed to be the best player in the country, had 5 points the other night. I said, don't judge it by the 2 points. He's playing really hard, and he's playing, you know, he just got to channel it because he's fouling too much. But I got no problem with Wes. Wes is terrific. He's, if not our leader, certainly one of our leaders, and he's going to be there. He has been there. It just doesn't, you know, we are so influenced by points. And if he made baskets against Montana, if he didn't, we wouldn't have beaten Montana.
Yeah, 10 points in the second half against Montana. So the Rams up to that 2-0 starts, and now they're going to take the show onto the road Wednesday night down at the University of Denver. What kind of challenges do the Pioneers present, because they do run that Princeton style of offense?
Well, the challenges in general, our team in the past has not done well on the road. So that's why we scheduled Tulane in a scrimmage, and it's just the road is the biggest challenge. And then they run this offense that if we don't keep them ahead of us and give them easy baskets, we'll have no chance. I think his biggest challenge is cracking that matchup zone where we can get the shots that we've been getting.
Yeah, they're kind of exotic on the defensive end as well. And then Washington on the road at a Pac-12 school coming up on Saturday, and that'll be another great test for your ball club, again, on the road.
Yeah, you know, we play, I want to say 15 non-conference games, and if we could snag 11 or so, that'd be great with who we have to play. And you just mentioned 2 great opponents, yeah. You know, two teams that are, Washington's been a perennial power in the Pac-12, and I believe Denver's coming off a 22-win season, so, and it just gets tougher after that.
Yep, and then they get Northern Colorado at home the following Monday. So 3 games in a stretch of 6 days for Colorado State men's basketball. All right, Larry, go out and get some wins. We'll see if we can get you back here picking out a car in a few months.
Okay, we may need this with the way we're getting these concussions. So we'll have to bring that home with me.
Put Dorian Green in one of these out there on the floor. Is that legal?
It might be. We may have to.
We'll see.
All right.
All right. Thank you to head coach Larry Eustachy. That's going to do it here on the program. Thank you to head coach Jim McElwain as well. For everybody, I'm Brian Roth saying so long here on the Ram Report.